Hi guys, I'm back again with the continuation of this The Price of Love book that I've been reading. So currently we were reading, because I'm guessing you guys are reading along with me, was chapter 3, and the title was Who is the Right Soulmate, which is page 10. And I read verbatimly on page 10 to page 11, and we're going to continue from there. I will start from a little sentence ahead, just so that people who are now catching up can actually catch up and be up to speed with me. Like I said earlier, these books, along with other the books that we have, can be found on the website Stacy Foundation, and very soon they will be on Amazon. They will be on ebooks, Barnes and Noble, and anywhere that they have hard copy books. So stay tuned for that. All right, now let's continue. This is page 13, and this is The Price of Love book, once again by our favorite author, Stacy Foundation. Now I'll start. I'm starting from where it says being able. So make sure you find that spot and then we can continue. Okay. Being able to have fun together is important. No matter the place nor the moment, you and your partner always have fun wherever you are. Being able to see things similarly and understand each other's sense of humor very well is important. Admiration comes into play. Love within admiration is not love, since admiring the person next to you makes you have a stronger connection. Many are the issues and aspects involved in love, destiny, chance, luck, synchronicity, chemistry, and short term. A long list is mixed with the powerful moment of meeting the love of your life or the right person. But what happens if you stand in front of your soulmate and the times are not convenient for anyone? That is the problem of many of the most magical crushes. It is here when two soulmates connect to form one. Do you think you are going to go through this situation? There are 4 signs that you are with the right person at the right time. You met that person unexpectedly without looking for it or planning it, but you are finally facing potential your better half. The negative part, either one or both have a partner. It would seem almost a game of fate or karma, because if they are single, you are certain that it would be a relationship outside reality. In a relationship, it is often the case of the man to be a few years older than the woman. However, as they say, there is no age for love, but it can be a great obstacle in a courtship. Age is a determined factor in ambitions, future plans, and in what has been lived in the past, so it could present itself as an obstacle in the relationship. The biggest problem of many couples being thousands of miles away, the country or the city of origin, jobs, exchange, and summer trips are the protagonists of these intense love disappointments. You are completely sure of being in front of the ideal boy, but perhaps it is not the right time. So this is the conclusion of chapter 3, and it ends at page 14. Thank you so much for reading along with me. I will just read the table of contents and tell you guys all the other chapters, so you guys can be intrigued and get ready for more. So when you go back to the table of contents, which is right here, there, I'm going to read it verbatimly, guys. So chapter 1 says boundaries with the opposite sex. It says boundaries with the opposite sex friends, okay? And then chapter 2 says true love versus money. And then chapter 3, which we just read, is who is the right soulmate? And it's a question mark, so it's a question you have to ask yourself. Then chapter 4 says the most difficult kind of man to love. Chapter 5 says finding the right man. Chapter 6, finding the right lady. Ooh, so this is not just a book that is catered towards men, it's catered towards women as well. Chapter 7 says the love we get. Chapter 8 says, should I get a divorce? It's a question. Are you at the stage where you might be asking yourself that question? I suggest you read chapter 7 for that. And then also it says how to love again after a broken heart. Okay, chapter 10 says dating elderly men for money. Chapter sounds a lot juicy and it sounds scandalous as well. Okay, then chapter 11 says teenage relationship problems. Okay, this is for the youth. Chapter 12 says bad habits of women in love. Chapter 13 says mistakes men commit in marriage. Chapter 14 says at what time to get married. It's a question. At what time to get married? Chapter 15 says, when you love someone. Ooh, okay. And then chapter 16 says, toxic relationships. Now, don't we all love reading about toxic relationships? If you do, I suggest you zoom to chapter 16 to get that scoop. Toxic relationships. Then chapter 17 says, build trust in a relationship. Okay, something positive. Then it says, open relationship. Ooh, nowadays a lot of promiscuity and a lot of open relationships. So if you're looking towards learning about it, this is where you get it from. Chapter 18. And then chapter 19 says saving relationships. Chapter 20 says youth peer pressure in relationships. Chapter 21 says danger in relationship abuse. Okay, this is a very educative segment, I can tell from the topic. And then it says in chapter 22, love versus pain. You have love in one hand, you have pain in one hand. It's up to you. And I advise you read chapter 22 for that. Chapter 23 says husband, love your wife. It has a quote unquote, which I guess it was an excerpt from the verse of the vows that people say in a wedding. Husband, your wife, wife, your husband. And then chapter 24 says the reciprocal of love. Okay, love is reciprocal. You give and you get. Sometimes you don't reciprocate the same energy you put back, but I guess you will learn about that in chapter 24. And then chapter 25 says what a woman needs from a matured man. Men, please read this section to get all the scoop and the details. And then 26 says social media destroying relationships. And then chapter 27 says judgmental husband. Chapter 28 says the queen, just the queen, period. Then chapter 29, what does a woman think when she's in love? So women, what do you think when she's in love? And men, if you want to get the inside scoop, I suggest you read chapter 29. Chapter 30 says, make your husband affectionate. Ooh, okay, spicy. Chapter 31 says, maintain your true identity. Yes, a lot of people do lose their identity when they get into relationships and marriage due to trying to please the other person. They lose themselves. So this is a way to maintain your true identity, which is chapter 31. Chapter 32 says forgiveness. Yes, something wholesome. And then chapter 33 says fulfillment. Ooh, another thing that's wholesome. And then chapter 34 says timidity. Ooh, timidity does happen a lot in relationships. Same routine, same ways of doing things, no really spark, no actual wildness. So timidity is such a huge topic in relationships nowadays. And if you want to learn about how to either overcome timidity, how to not get in that state of timidity with your spouse or partner or fiance, then I would suggest chapter 34 for you. And lastly, chapter 35 says look for love in the years ahead. Once again, it's look for love in the years ahead. So those people who look forward to getting loved and getting into loving relationships in the years to come, I would suggest you start with chapter 35. These are arranged in ways that will actually prep you in all angles. You can either choose to read them different chapters at a time like I'm doing, or you can just read them all together how it is in chronological order. So thank you guys so much. I will be doing a next book verbatim read, and you should be able to tune in and read along with me. And also, as you read along, make sure you grab some water to drink and just relax. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, you can get these books on Amazon. They're not yet on Amazon, but very soon you can get them on Amazon, ebooks, Barnes & Nobles, or anywhere where they sell hard copy books. If not, you can place the order right now directly on stacyfoundation.org. And you can also go to her YouTube channel and just, show your love, show your support. And thank you guys so much once again for listening in and being avid readers with me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.